excerpt of Gathering Family takes place in 1921. Sarah and Benjamin Datlevitsky moved their family from the Lower East Side of Manhattan to Ridgewood, Queens, to open a newer, bigger, more modern laundry than the one they had in Manhattan. But they had no idea what kind of prejudice they were going to experience in Ridgewood, or, for that matter, how to overcome it. They learned. Sarah speaks. Soon after we bought the White Star Laundry, I bought a new pair of everyday shoes. They were stiff and unforgiving and hurt my feet, but I bought them anyway. Sooner or later, they would break in. Early one morning, I woke up to the sound of clop, clop, clop coming from the kitchen. I peeked in to see who was making such a tumult. There was my Benjamin, clopping around in the kitchen in my new stiff shoes. Benjamin, what are you doing to my shoes? I startled him. He turned to me.
Sarah, I'm stretching them to make them softer for you to wear. After all, you stand on your feet all day. I don't want your new shoes to hurt.
Slowly, those new shoes gave up their ability to hurt, their stiff demeanor, their impudence. Morning after morning, I woke up to the familiar clop, 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 a sign of Benjamin's eternal love for me, that he would take the hurt out of those shoes.
I ordered the new customer laundry slips, the bills, the signs, even a flag with the name of the White Star Laundry for the flagpole. We opened the laundry 3 weeks after we had moved, and we waited.
No customers the first day, or the second. We printed flyers and stuffed them into brownstone mailboxes up and down the neighboring streets. We placed a White Star Laundry sign on the street in front of the laundry. We bought advertising in the Ridgewood Times, the community's largest newspaper, right next to ads for the German delicatessen and the Ridgewood Savings Bank. Only 2 customers came in the first week. Something was wrong.
I went to get a haircut at the barber shop across the street from the laundry. I introduced myself as the new owner of the White Star Laundry. The barber introduced himself, and he seemed to be friendly. When I asked him who did his barbershop laundry, he was evasive. Whatever you're paying, I'll beat the price.
Yeah, I hear Jews are good at underselling the competition.
I sat in the barber chair, not knowing whether to take what he said as a joke or to punch him in the face. He continued.
You know, you're going to find a lot of us in the neighborhood feel the same way about Jews. We'll tolerate your being here, but we won't use your laundry.
Tell you what, I said. I'll do your laundry for a week for free. At the end of the week, if you agree that your laundry is whiter and cleaner and softer than anything you've been getting back, then you become my customer. You don't have to like me or like Jews in general. You just have to like how we clean your laundry. I waited for the barber's response. He continued to clip my hair. Finally, he said,
It's a deal. 1 week.
Sarah, we have our first real customer. Well, we will after a week. Don't ask me to explain, Sarah. We're in business. I grabbed Sarah. I danced her around and around the laundry.
Slowly, the laundry picked up business. First from several of the storekeepers on the block. Not just the barber, but 2 restaurants, a beauty parlor, an Irish bar, a boarding house, even the local church, St. Sebastian's.
Yeah, I made friends with Father Joseph, the priest who ran the church, and he helped me break the ban against frequenting Jewish businesses. Every Christmas, I sent the church an enormous food basket for the poor, enough to feed several families for a week. Along with the basket, I sent a couple of dozen toys for the children.
Father Joseph was a frequent visitor for dinner. He loved my kreplach. Said they reminded him of his mother's pierogies.
As the new laundry began to generate business, I began sending money back to Sloanin to bring relatives to America. It cost around $300 to bring somebody over. I figured I would need to make a lot of money to pay for everyone who wanted to come over.
Now, not every Jewish immigrant who makes money in America sends for their family. Sometimes they forget where they came from. Other times, they don't want to be embarrassed by the relatives who come to America and don't dress right, or can't speak English, or can't hold down a job. That's who they were 10 years before. Not a pleasant memory for some.
I could think of nothing else. Working hard provided a future for our children, for our families that we left behind in Europe.
Every bag of laundry we washed brought Benjamin closer to opening the golden doors of America, to his brothers and sisters, mother and father, and to my little sister, Leitcha.
Sarah, a letter came from Aaron. They got the tickets and are leaving in 2 weeks. Can we put all 5 of them up here?
We'll find the room. Just let them come.
Whenever a new person came to stay with us, we asked hungrily about Sloanin. What of the yeshiva? I was shocked when bombing during the Great War had destroyed it. And the synagogue, located in the center of the city, the 16th century synagogue was spared destruction because it was used as a landmark for aerial navigation.
A friend from Slonim asked Benjamin to finance the immigration of his cousin Herschel. Herschel desperately wanted to come to America. Benjamin put up the money for his passage. When Herschel arrived in the United States, Benjamin and I agreed to put him up in our apartment in Ridgewood. I was the first to notice that the man had a terrible body odor. Benjamin couldn't smell it, but everybody else could. I pleaded with Benjamin to ask the smelly Herschel to leave, but Benjamin could not put someone out on the street. Days stretched into smelly weeks. Weeks became smelly months. My daughter could barely stand the smell of the man as he hovered around the house. "Mama, he smells, Mama."
Finally, one day Herschel said to Benjamin,
"I don't like it here in America. I want you to send me home."
"Oh, Herschel, I don't have the money to send you back right now. You'll have to wait a few months."
I immediately reached up to my ears, unclasping the gold earrings that Benjamin had just given me for my 10th wedding anniversary. "Benjamin," I said, handing him the earrings, "go to the pawn shop and get the money for his passage. Go now." Herschel was on the ship, back to his hometown within days, and the apartment regained that familiar, clean laundry smell.
Where did all those people that we brought over stay? After all, most of them spoke no English, had no formal education beyond the yeshiva. Well, sometimes people stayed in our apartment. It had 4 bedrooms, and when people came over, they stayed in the children's rooms, and the children slept out on the couch or at a friend's house.
But we also had a laundry store, and during the evening, those long ironing tables that were used during the day were idle. "Good night, Moshe. Take enough sheets and pillows for you and the children." I would keep a pile of bed linens in the laundry store, and guests would make their beds on top of and underneath the ironing tables. In the morning, they would fold up the linens, and the beds would become ironing tables once again. No one went homeless. No one went hungry. No one went back. Except Herschel!